The current 13th seed in the Western Conference, Los Angeles Lakers, got their eyes on what Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks got. They're currently 6th out west and would avoid a play-in tournament if the playoffs started today. These two teams got it on Sunday. And how about the two snipers in Dallas getting to the money early? Luka and Kyrie putting the Mavericks up by double digits. Check out the defense. The block from Tim Hardaway Jr., the assist to Luka, who beats the first quarter buzzer. 13 in quarter number one for the Don. Got his Mavs rolling. A big storyline for the Lakers was their abysmal shooting from the three-point line. They kicked this game off just 3 of 21 from 3. As a matter of fact, Dallas outscored the Lakers 30-0 to kick this game off from the three-point line. Look at Tim Hardaway Jr. take advantage of Dennis Schroeder's shoe falling off and makes him slide and glide. Kyrie Irving. Sometimes his art looks like sliding and gliding, but there's his former teammate, LeBron James, putting a stop to his art. The chase down block by LeBron. Third quarter, the Lakers start to make a run. They got down by as many as 27. The run was pretty much started by Jared Vanderbilt, who had a third quarter of his life. 15 points, 17 rebounds, 4 steals for the game. As you saw him make the play right there up court, the steal and dish to Brown. LeBron had another up and down shooting game, but made some pivotal plays inside when his team needed him the most. Doncic gets the and one late to stop the Lakers' onslaught. Mavs go back up a point after Los Angeles took the lead. Look at Anthony Davis crashing the boards. He had 15 rebounds. Some phenomenal defense as well from AD. Look at Kyrie, though, playing the boards and getting the finish. Lakers up a point late. Anthony Davis makes it a three-point game. He had 30 and 15. Last chance for Dallas. It's Kyrie from half court. It's no good. And the Lakers now are 4-1 since they made these moves at the trade deadline. They come back from down 27 to beat the Mavs on the road by 3. LeBron James is now expected to miss multiple weeks with a foot injury that has been nagging LeBron James for quite some time. It really hit its peak during his record-breaking night against the Oklahoma City Thunder earlier in the month, when LeBron James couldn't even finish that game. If you've been watching Laker games, you've probably seen LeBron James on the sideline taking his shoe off because his feet hurt so darn bad. And now we get to the point where, according to multiple reporters, LeBron James will be missing multiple weeks with this injury that he suffered against the Dallas Mavericks. It sucks for Laker fans out there. LeBron had been so optimistic about what the Lakers were going to try to accomplish here in these last 20-some-odd games of the regular season. The Western Conference is wide open this year. If ever a year for a 6, 7, or 8 seed to make a run, as long as you got veterans and a really great player, this feels like the year. But for the Los Angeles Lakers, I'm not 100% sure if they'll get that opportunity, because they're pretty much going to have to try to make the playoffs without LeBron James. And from what I've seen from Anthony Davis, I don't know if that's plausible right now. He's had his own share of injuries, as we all know. As a matter of fact, speaking of Anthony Davis, I want to say this quickly. We're going to take this video a few different places, but I want to say this first and foremost. The bubble championship is unfortunate because LeBron James and Anthony Davis were unable to celebrate the championship that they led the Lakers to with Laker Nation. It happened in Orlando. It took a lot of steam off that championship. And that's unfortunate. It's not their fault. The pandemic affected everybody in this world. But the reality is that championship doesn't feel the same. The attachment to the fan base is not there because the fans were unable to celebrate. Hell, the Lakers didn't even get a parade for the darn thing. So I bring that up to say this. The Lakers era featuring LeBron James and Anthony Davis will be categorized as LeBron and Anthony Davis couldn't stay healthy. There's no other way to look at it. I'm sorry. As I'm sure they competed their behinds off to win that bubble championship. That bubble championship does not overshadow the fact that every time LeBron James or Anthony Davis or both of them, and my Shannon Sharp boys, tried to go into that playoff mode, tried to go into that bag of being an elite player, pretty much one of them, or if not both of them, got hurt. That is literally how, for me, I will categorize this Lakers run with LeBron and Anthony Davis. Every time they hit the ground, I'm afraid that they tore some, broke some, gonna be out 4 to 6 months. And that's unfortunate to LeBron James because his entire career has been pretty much injury-free. But I believe the basketball gods are finally catching up to even LeBron. Even Superman is showing that he's human. And that's unfortunate. For the Lakers, I'm not 100% sure if they can even win games without LeBron James, let alone make the playoffs. I believe this season is over, and I wouldn't be surprised one bit if we don't see LeBron James in this season anymore. And even if he is to come back, let's be honest. Do you really trust that the Lakers can count on LeBron and AD? Like, LeBron will probably come back, if he does, in April. And then the game he comes back, Anthony Davis will have an injury if he's not already injured by the time LeBron comes back. This season, ladies and gentlemen, that I started to really feel optimistic about. Anybody that knows me, if you've been following this platform, you know I was one of the people crazy enough to think the Lakers had a real shot to get to the conference finals in the Western Conference this year. With the way things were aligned and with the moves that the Lakers made at the deadline, the team actually makes a lot of sense. But the reality is this Lakers team ain't going nowhere because their bodies are saying enough is enough. Anthony Davis feels like he's the same age as LeBron James. That's where we're at right now, Laker Nation. And that video, this video leads me to a different place. I had the pleasure of going to Los Angeles 2 weeks ago for my 29th birthday. I went with my wife. I'm sorry, y'all. I come from humble beginnings. A kid watching Staples Center on TV, now known as the Crypto.com Arena. I was in the building for the first time in my life. I've never been to a Laker game in my life. I saw the Lakers play the Bucks. And while I'm at the game, I'm about 5 or 6 rows back from LeBron. He didn't play in the game. Remember, I thought I was going to go see the record when I got the tickets, but I ended up coming to the game after. So LeBron didn't play in that game. I don't think his body would allow it, but he didn't play in that game. But he ended up doing like a speech pregame to talk about breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. And I'm looking at LeBron James. I'm looking at him in a beautiful suit, by the way. He looked great, man. His wife looked beautiful. He's throughout the game. Again, I'm literally right behind Brun, about 6, 7 rows back. He's talking to the beautiful daughter of his, Zori, who I believe is going to be my next president of the United States. He's talking to his boys. They look great. They're getting as tall as Dad. I believe Bronny is going to be an NBA player, and I believe Bryce Maximus is going to be an all-star in this league. That's just what I believe. I'm looking at LeBron James as happy as can be. I believe his mama was there. Some of his friends were hanging around from him breaking the record. Some of his team was there as well. I'm just looking at LeBron. He looked happy, man. It felt like the final chapter. It felt like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record was LeBron's last big moment as a player in this league. Now, he might get the moment of his son playing with him, but I don't think LeBron will be the same player that he is currently. He's averaging like 30 points a game right now. I don't think that. For LeBron James, what I believe is going to happen is he's going to go from playing at an exceptional level to a guy averaging 16 points in the league. I do believe it could happen that quickly because LeBron hasn't had a gradual fall. This man has pretty much played peak basketball for 19, 20 years straight. He at least got the year 15 with no injuries. Pretty much up until his Los Angeles Lakers tenure, he really didn't have injuries like that. Since he's been in Los Angeles, they've been starting to creep up and creep up and creep up. And maybe you can attribute that to something in that Los Angeles water. Or maybe LeBron, when he decided to join the Lakers, looked at it more or less as his one last hurrah, a retirement tour destination type of ordeal. I don't know. Maybe there's just so much for him to do in Los Angeles. Maybe even LeBron James, as great as he is, as much money he invests in his body, started to take it a little easy when he got to LA versus being in Cleveland or Miami. I don't know. But when I was looking at LeBron, I was like, you know what? This feels like his last big moment. I was upset that I was not going to see LeBron play basketball. But then I told my wife, I was like, you know what? This moment feels special. This feels like his last one. He might play with his son, Bronny, but that moment should be more about Bronny than it is LeBron. This felt like LeBron's last big moment. I don't know if LeBron will be able to compete for championships in the league anymore. I'm not sure if his body will allow it. I don't. So for the Lakers, I'm sorry, y'all. Laker Nation, I don't think this is our year. Every time we get a little bit of steam and momentum in the right direction, somebody goes down. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't continue to watch basketball. And every time LeBron or Anthony Davis hit the ground, I think that they're going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, 4 to 6 months. That's just not a way to healthily watch basketball. You're messing with my nerves. I told y'all this before. I had plugs in my head when I was a kid, right? Like, I'm not getting them plugs again. If I do, I'm going bald. I got a professional broadcast career ahead of me. So I'm not going to lose my hair if I can help it. I'm not letting LeBron or Anthony Davis stress me out every time they hit the ground. I don't think this is our year, y'all. I don't. I truly don't. LeBron James is going to miss multiple weeks with what is deemed to be a foot injury. It is super unfortunate. The Lakers looked right. And look, gotta call a spade a spade. Rob Pelinka did his job this time around. He put the right pieces around LeBron and Anthony Davis to compete. I had started to tell people around me this team had a chance. I really believe it. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Laker fan. Y'all know I'm brutally honest about the Lakers, for good or for bad. I felt like this team had a chance, but the injuries is too much. Just entirely too many injuries for this team to be taken serious at this point. LeBron's out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. We'll talk more about LeBron James and his legacy as a Laker great. We're going to talk about that in the upcoming days. Make sure you subscribe to the platform for more.